Christ, man, I'm losing my mind playing this game. I don't think we're having fun. Oh no, bro, absolutely not. It's getting even worse. It's so bad. It is so bad right now.
I am thrust in to the finals of MLG Dallas on the laggiest connection I think I've actually ever played on Call of Duty, and that's saying something. I'm gonna check it later. I have to go into the menus later because I couldn't believe what was happening.
Yeah, man, yo, I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest, chat. There has been so much just negativity. I haven't really been able to talk to a stream about after the sleepover and overall just your guys' thoughts and different things like that. You know, a lot of people obviously a lot of people just did not receive the trailer very well, and it was not a good trailer. I'm gonna be honest, bro. It was not a good trailer. That joint was not a good trailer at all, yo.
Look, I have been flipping over and tripping over myself trying to find a way to put into a cohesive enough thought structure why I feel the way that I do about this game, while also simultaneously trying to provide something of value to be worthy of a video that you guys can actually watch when it comes to Black Ops 7. I also wanted to do something that was a bit more long form, but I keep finding myself coming around to the same exact thing over and over and over again. Call of Duty is the brain rot of video games. Now, when I say that, that isn't necessarily a pejorative, right? It doesn't mean coming after it and being inherently negative about the experience, because there is fun to be had when you are playing Call of Duty. There is absolutely a lot of fun in kind of just getting into a random lobby, loading up one of your favorite weapons and just going to town, and you get shot a couple of times, you shoot back a couple of times, and then hopefully you come out of it and you have a generally decent time. And that's what Call of Duty multiplayer has been forever and a day. And then when it comes to zombies mode, I mean, it is just simply a continuation of the Black Ops 6 zombie stuff. And that was already pretty okay, and it's not going to be the same that we knew it before, and it'll never be the same again, and that kind of sucks, but what is there is functional, and it is fun. As far as the single-player mode goes, I am completely probably going to be absurdly upset when the final level hits and that alleged 32 or like 64-man multiplayer campaign level starts, and we're all forced to essentially log into a multiplayer session with one another to play this new game mode that they haven't even really talked about or shown us yet, which is utterly absurd and absolutely asinine. But yeah, I think that the hardest time I'm having with just trying to convey this to you in any capacity is that the game isn't bad. It just isn't anything new either. And if you're the kind of person who's going to be spending a premium amount of money on it, aka $70 to $80 to $90 on it, unless you are the most die-hard of fans of the Call of Duty franchise, I would implore you to reconsider and look the other way, as there are a huge, overwhelming majority of other games that have come out this year that are absolutely more deserving of your buck than this game. And if you still are very much concerned and want to try it out yourself, maybe you hear that the single player has an insanely cool campaign level that you've got to try out and see for yourself, I would argue just sign up for like a month of Games Pass. It'll be half the price of a video game. It used to be a lot less, but of course, Xbox being Xbox, it'll be half the price of a fucking video game. You don't have to worry about investing anything whatsoever into it. You can just get in there, play it for a little bit, and then ask yourself whether or not it's worth the time or the price of admission, and then either buy the game at a later date or just continue playing out the rest of the month and enjoying it for what it is. There really is nothing more to this experience of Call of Duty that I would go out of my way to say that it requires you to actively participate in any other capacity other than understanding that it exists and acknowledging that it is, on some level, fun. That is how insane and mediocre of an experience this truly ends up being. Because it is difficult for me to really even tell you about anything that is remotely different. The operators are basically just, the same exact things we've done from the last couple of games. I'm opening up the weapon and the loadout system and the score streak system, and these are all essentially the same exact score streaks and weapons that we've seen time and time again from previous titles. There's literally not a singular new score streak that we haven't seen done in some capacity in another Call of Duty game. and I'm loading up all the weapons, and the weapons might be quote-unquote different in terms of their names, but they are all basically the same exact bullet-slinging weapons that have little to no actual fucking personality outside of the fact that they exist as a weapon class of assault rifles, SMGs, shotguns, LMGs, marksman rifles, and sniper rifles. That is it. And you go in and you go to the gunsmith. And the gunsmith option, I think, is a good option that was, I think, brought on from Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 2019. I forget which one. And that one is really cool. But there's no real new attachments that genuinely make the game or the gun feel like it functions entirely differently from anything else. I don't understand what it is they think they're going to be doing. Like, how all of the marketing behind this game has been, this is going to be an insanely new kind of experience. There's going to be things that we haven't seen ever done before in a Call of Duty game, and yet this beta has proven the exact fucking opposite. This is the same game you played all those years ago. This is the same game you played fucking last year. There is little to no difference other than maybe they added a wall jump and sliding is now back on the menu again. They do this shit every single time. Every single year that this game pops up, they'll turn around and be like, sliding is too overpowered, we're nerfing sliding. And then everyone gets mad, and they bring sliding back, and now sliding is actually too overpowered, and it might as well be one of the only fucking ways of movement in the entire game, and one of the only ways you can actually get the jump on a lot of people, alongside the wall jump, which, you know, is a 50-50 kind of proposal if you ask me. But regardless, I don't know, you gotta understand something. I'm the kind of person who looked at Advanced Warfare and the way that that movement system worked, and I was like, I kind of am craving a return to something that crazy and fantastical, because all of these games have felt so similar. And the Advanced Warfare movement system was so, I think, groundbreaking for the series that it actually pushed tons and tons of people away, because it was far more of a different experience than they've ever tried before. Like, that game actually had a lot more in common with something like a mech action game than it did a traditional Call of Duty game, and it completely alienated the overall audience of people that they have facilitated over the years and years of playing this game. But even that same audience, as we've seen from the beta numbers, from potentially the sales projections, and on the idea that so many people are way more excited for Battlefield 6, are coming out of the woodwork and saying that they are not excited for Black Ops 7 in any capacity, and they are asking for something new to come to the table. I am pretty much in the same camp. I have no other thing to say, and I think that's where I finally land on. If you end up playing Black Ops 7, you will not have a bad time, but you are also not going to be looking at this game as anything other than essentially a $70 paperweight after about a month or two of you engaging with it. Unless you are a hardcore Call of Duty fan, and those do absolutely exist, or you're a content creator and all your money is essentially wound up and caught up in Warzone anyway, which at that point, you're already fighting another fucking struggling battle, buddy. Regardless, yeah, I'm gonna just basically patiently await Battlefield 6, get my hands on it when I possibly can, and just have as good of a time as much as humanly possible, and just hope for the best. So, yeah, y'all are fantastic. I'm gonna get the fuck on out of here. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the beta. If you think that maybe there's something I missed, something I didn't go over, please let me know down below. I'm more than willing to engage with it, talk to you guys, and to have a good conversation if, you know, there aren't completely head-ass comments. So, all right. Good night, everybody.